All right, guys. Welcome to 101.5 WOCB. You are here in Round Lake Heights, Illinois. You're on air with Devonn.
And Pierce.
And we got a very, 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 very special guest. The biggest Nicki Minaj fan you'll ever hear from ever in your entire life.
I wouldn't say that. I love Nicki, but we not a fan. We a lover.
Oh, excuse me.
Period.
Well, I'm glad you do your research. All right, guys, we got a special show ahead. We got positive news. We got talking points. We got the artist highlights. Super excited. But right now, and I'm super geeked, Young Thug cleaned up his album. So much fun. We got Surf off the album for you guys. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Welcome back to 101.5 WOCB ISD. You're here on with Devonn.
And Pierce.
And Vontrell.
All right, how you doing, bro? I don't know how to handle that. I ain't gonna lie. That caught me off guard. It was good.
The voice?
You just saying that, you just being here.
Oh,
Usually I'm just there. And then
I was invited, though.
Yeah.
You were, bro.
He's acting like he just snuck in.
Right.
Knocked on the door.
I didn't say you weren't supposed to be here. I'm just saying that I just got to get used to. Like, that was something weird to get used to. You just don't.
This is my second time here.
It is. No, it's your first time here.
Well, in this building.
Yeah.
But this is my second time on the show.
It is.
Right.
But this is my first time with three. It's not my first time with three. All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
You lying to everybody.
I was definitely about to lie.
Yeah.
I was about to cap. No fitted.
That was lame.
Move on.
Lame. Yeah.
See, that's why I don't do it, bro. It was funny. It was funny. Y'all get it, right? No fitted?
Yeah.
I get it.
Spotlight,
but I mean,
no
like,
light.
I don't know if I want to be on this show anymore.
That was funny, man. That was good. All right, guys. First thing we're going to do, obviously, of course, what we always do, start the day with some positive news. So, first thing we want to get on is Naomi Osaka, great tennis player, world champion. Very young to be a champion, too. She's super dope. She showed some great sportsmanship after winning the title. She brought her opponent Coco Gauff. Am I saying that right?
I think it's a golf.
Goff?
I don't
Goff?
really know though.
Okay.
But it looks like
We
it's
apologize
golf.
in advance.
Yes.
Yeah.
She brought her opponent Coco Gauff for her post-game interview to show him some love, which I think is dope. Good sportsmanship in sports is super important.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it's very important. It's nice that she did that. I know a lot of athletes and a lot of competitors probably wouldn't have done that. I mean, I guess it's just different competitors out there. You know, like some people just kind of want to take the moment for themselves. But it's always great to see someone bring their opponent on, especially in such an intense match, whether it's for a championship or whatever. You know, because obviously I'm sure the person that lost is probably feeling some type of way. You know, so just for the victor to bring them on and show them love, and to let them know like, yo, like, just this one loss doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's super dope. It's super dope to see that, especially with two young competitors coming up in the game when it's involving tennis. There's actually a lot of teenagers coming up in tennis. I know
This Coco Gauff girl's 15.
she's 15. Someone, I forgot her name, but someone just beat Serena Williams for the title. I think
she was like 17.
She was 19.
Nice.
I think she was 19. She was from
Oh,
Canada.
I know you talking about that girl. She's
Yeah.
like black and Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
so
I forget her name.
she literally just won like yesterday.
Naomi.
No.
It's a
This is
different
Oh, okay, I was
like,
gonna
this
say,
is
okay.
like recent. Naomi beat her too.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna say, 'cause I know
like
Naomi
last
beat her.
year or something like
Yeah.
that. No.
It just ain't been Serena's year.
Yeah.
I mean, she has
She's
like
still
what,
the best,
she
but-
has like what 25 Wimbledons?
Yeah. I mean, eventually, like,
You fall off.
some people are gonna come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing is gonna happen with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just the younger generation's gonna come. But I mean, I'm sure she's still gonna be dominating either way. But it's just really cool to see the younger generation just kind of coming into their own and showing great sportsmanship like that. Because I think that's something that we need, especially nowadays.
Definitely. 100% agree. Next thing we got Bob Ross, who's a legendary painter from the TV special. You guys know what I'm talking about with the afro,
Of course,
and
man.
the painting and
Who doesn't
whatnot.
know who Bob Ross is?
I know he was. I just ain't no.
I don't remember. I can't remember watching him. I'm sure I did.
I feel like
when
that
I
was
was a kid.
I ain't
You feel me?
front. I don't remember watching.
Yeah,
I've heard
I
of
don't
the
remember.
name, but I do not
I know
remember
who he
watching
is.
it.
I've seen it. Like,
I've never watched any
as
clips of it.
older.
I've never sat there and watched the whole thing though.
I'm sure I did. I just can't remember.
What year was that even made?
I don't know.
It looked like 70s.
It's been a while.
Minimum.
No, I'm gonna look it up.
I think it
Go.
was probably like mid-90s.
Continue with right now.
All right, Bob Ross, who's a legendary painter from the TV special, has inspired the Department of Natural Resources in Michigan, more specifically the State Department of Corrections, to manage because they manage a prison grow career, an education program in which inmates get the opportunity to learn horticulture. Oh man. Practices and to help raise trees for reforestation efforts, particularly at state parks. I think it's dope because it's always good to help employ our inmates and our felons and give them something to do with their time.
Facts. I don't know why you looked directly at me.
Cause
when you said that.
so
I
I was throwing you a lob for the input.
For the input.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
you gotta say on it.
Well, I mean, I think it's dope. Honestly, if you wasn't doing what you should have been doing, you wouldn't have that on your background, but it's dope. Y'all need a chance.
Yeah, I think when it comes to just how we treat people in jails or prison, I think if you look over in like a couple European countries, they treat time like that as more of rehabilitation.
Facts.
Instead of just punishment,
because that's what it's for.
Exactly.
Facts.
So I mean, when people go into the jail, now I've never been, so I'm not talking from experience, just from what I've read and from people I've. Yeah.
2 weeks.
I was like, oh man, tell me stories.
It was harder. I grew a whole beard within that 2 weeks.
Yeah, you were telling me about that, man.
Stress reaction.
I might need to do some time just because it's full grown,
Yeah, it helps.
I saw the Bob Ross thing. So it aired from January 11th, 1983 to May 17th, 1994. So
it ended the year.
Definitely was not. I wasn't alive at the time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't.
I was not born until December.
Just looking at the graphics and like the way it was done, it was definitely some older stuff. It's
but he always makes painting look so easy. He's like, just do some of this and some of that, and I'm over here like, I could not do that at all.
It's patience. Painting is a patience.
Patience, yeah. He used to be. I think he was in the Air Force, and the reason he talked so quiet is because he didn't want to yell anymore from yelling so much in the military.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes complete sense.
Super cool dude.
Oh, you know my man Bob?
Yeah, actually, no, I don't.
Y'all almost got the same hair. If you grew your hair out more,
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get there.
You want to get that huge fro?
Yeah.
The headphones won't be able to fit over your head anymore.
Yeah, I'm about to wear them on the side. I'm just gonna get the earbuds, honestly.
Or you just have to wear them like this?
Yeah.
Straight to the back. All right. Next thing we got. Now, despite how Cole Wren had been having trouble with his first few days of school, a couple of compassionate upperclassmen helped him turn it around. At Reedsville High School, North Carolina,
I think it's DeMontez.
There you go. I was gonna say Demented. That's not nice.
DeMontez though.
DeMontez, Canada, a senior, took him under his wings just to make him some friends. I think it's super dope because I remember when I first started high school, bro. Oh man, that was the worst thing ever.
This little boy was a freshman.
Yeah, Cole Rand was a freshman, and like he wanted to make some friends. But his sister was asking how's it going. His sister put it on Twitter. From that point, DeMontez saw it and was like, "All right, we got you, little bro."
Yeah,
but everyone was making fun of him because how small he was.
I saw the video of that. Yeah, I mean it's tough making friends in high school.
It is, but you kind of transition with the same people you just left 8th grade for, unless you're going to a different school.
That's true. That's true. I've had different experience. I went to 3 high schools.
Me too.
When I was in there, so it kind of sucked.
Oh, twins.
Going to because it was all same high school or same school from Beach Park to middle school to high school. And then junior year moved, senior year moved. So it's like, man, senior year is like
it was rough.
Who do I talk to? That's what I'm saying. I was just trying to get that year over with.
Senior year. So,
oh really? Yeah, that must have been rough.
It wasn't. People, my brother, he was the spotlight, and I was just in the shadows. So, yeah. I was very quiet.
Where were you foreign exchange from?
Where was I foreign? Oh, I was from Wisconsin, but I like to say foreign exchange because I am a mixed breed.
I thought you went somewhere.
I already knew what he was going to say.
No,
I just wanted to hear you say
yeah. But yeah, I was telling people that my whole senior year, I'm a foreign exchange student.
From Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, I personally, I thought junior year was the worst for you though, Pierce. Like that would have been because you were in the middle of nowhere. You didn't know anybody. A bunch of people you didn't really mess with like that. A bunch of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, it was definitely different. I didn't live with my family at the time. I lived with a family friend. Shout out to them. I still love them no matter what. But
I met Andy. Shout out to Andy.
It was just shout out to all of them, bro. But it was just a different experience. Like not living with your family, then going to a school that's just complete 180 of where I went before. You know what I'm saying? Like just demographic wise, academically wise, everything was just different. So it's just almost like a little bit of a culture shock. But it was cool. It was a nice experience. I definitely learned from it. I really wouldn't change it for much though. I definitely would still go to the same 3 high schools if I could redo it. Yeah, you learn a lot.
I would change it.
You would?
I would, only because when I transferred up here, I didn't realize how far behind Illinois was. So they had me catching up in elective credits instead of academic credits, and then they put me in all college AP classes.
Oh,
I tell you, calculus is the devil.
Yeah.
Like that was a struggle.
Don't even get me started on math, bro.
Math is terrible, bro.
So much.
I was in all honors courses.
See, I feel like AP is a waste of time.
I don't know.
Honestly,
I didn't really take
it. It just depends.
I wasn't that smart.
I like my English class. My English class was dope. I did like English, but every other class, like, what was I gonna do with economics? I was lost, like completely lost.
It actually sounds really good to teach.
Like
I would learn. It's kind of necessary. Just a little bit.
I mean, it is necessary because global warming is a thing. But in the class, it was so boring. It was hard to pay attention.
Well, I mean, you're teaching. What year in high school did you take that?
They put me in that in my junior year, and I was in a senior course class.
Economics.
Yeah, it was like it was ecology.
I was about to say because you
That's
said that.
I was like,
It was ecology. I'm so sorry, y'all. It was ecology.
I mean, I guess that makes a little more
It was ecology.
sense.
They on ISD like these idiots.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
ecology, not economics. Ecology.
Ecology. For sure. Well, high school was I kind of miss it. The only thing I really truly miss about high school, honestly, is just the fact I got to be in sports every day. That's one thing I will. I mean, because the friends that I have now, only a few are the same friends from high school, and my friendships with them are better than ever. So I really just miss the sports in high school, honestly. I mean, I paid attention. I graduated, obviously, but I just preferably, honestly, just miss being able to be in a sport every single day. I miss that.
Me too.
You know what's crazy? All of my friends are like not from high school. And we all went to the same school together, and we all talk now, but we was not talking in high school.
Exactly. I didn't even know you in high school.
I was walking right past you.
You were. I remember seeing you because you're the only person that looks like you, even though I think you look like
Yeah.
Randy Jackson.
Wow.
I think you look like Randy Jackson.
Randy is black as all get out.
If you were dark, you look like Randy Jackson.
If I was dark.
You look like Randy Jackson.
I don't know how to tell. You look like Professor Ogilvy from the Parkers. So I guess that's...
We called even.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick song break. Why don't you introduce the song for us, my boy?
Which one you finna play?
You know. Come on.
Oh, he doing a Nicki first, y'all. So we finna play Nicki.
Second.
This is Did It On Him. Y'all enjoy this.
We'll be right back. Hopefully. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to 101.5 WOCB here in Round Lake Heights, Illinois. Broadcasting out of Slade's Corner, Wisconsin. Here with Devonn.
Vontrell.
And Pierce. Pierce is in the bathroom right now. Lionel Richie will be back very soon. As soon as he gets back, we'll definitely get him on the air. But, man, next thing I want to dive into really quickly. It's very interesting. Kanye West had Sunday service.
He did.
And,
we should have went. The tickets were free.
You know what? Honestly,
free.
it happened so late. I didn't get a chance to sign up for it.
And it looked like it was wet outside.
I would have went anyway.
I wouldn't have.
I would definitely would have went to Sunday service if it was you're on guest one. I definitely would have went to Sunday service if I could have. But the main thing
is it really Sunday service though? Like, are they preaching there, or are they just listening to music?
He's playing music.
Right. So I wouldn't call it a Sunday service.
I think it's more like gospel type.
It's
not even, because the last video that I saw there was not gospel music.
He plays gospel music there.
I know he do, but I'm saying the last video that I saw, which was the week before last, that was not gospel music.
I mean, that's just one video though.
Right.
I'm sure like he probably sprinkles in some of his like.
It was
like,
a long
songs
set.
that you want to listen to, but like
it was a long set. And they said Chance the Rapper was there last night.
Chance did show up. Yep.
And you know how Chance is about the whole gospel thing, so you probably been making sure it was on point.
Oh, 100%. But it's interesting how, and to your point about the music, he made a balance of taking gospel songs and taking some of his songs that he threw gospel in. Like I think Father Stretch My Hands had a remix to it too, or something like that. So,
Sure.
That's considered a gospel song?
No, but he added gospel elements to it, even though it was already a choir in Father Stretch My Hands.
So I'm trying to figure out what gospel song that he got outside of Jesus Walk.
Is that considered a gospel song?
They was playing that in church. I know when I was growing up. When I was growing up, my granny would play that on the way to church.
Yeah, I mean, I would consider it a gospel song.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably isn't promoting himself as just like a gospel artist, but his songs probably have gospel influences. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
I could see that.
So looking at the playlist, Souls Anchored, Be Without You, My Soul, Joy, Excellent, Revelation, Count Your Blessings, The Living Word, Follow Me, Faith, Paradise, Father Stretch, Satan, We Going to Tear Your Kingdom Down, Jesus Walks, Ultralight Beam, Balm and Gilead, Sunshine, Delight, and Flashing Lights. Flashing Lights is definitely not a gospel song.
That sounds like a good compilation album.
It does.
But that's pushing I think to call it gospel.
The songs he used that were his own definitely had a
vibe,
gospel influences in it. Other than you said Flashing Lights.
Flashing Lights,
not a gospel song.
I mean, maybe I gotta like go back and think about it. But from what I know right now, no. Maybe people just want to hear that. He's like, all right, I'm gonna give it to him.
People probably do want to hear that because that was a really good album. But
yeah. But the other songs he did, Father Stretch My Hands and all that stuff, definitely had
gospel in it.
Ultralight Beam, Ultralight,
Fire.
Definitely. I mean, that had a whole like
the
imagery
choir,
of the Bible and stuff like that. So I mean,
100%.
So are you finna ask us the question?
I am.
Okay.
I
was just waiting.
Lord have mercy. Dang. Anyways, Jesus. What I was saying was that is Kanye really canceled? Because especially, in the black community, everyone's saying Kanye's canceled. Why used to listen to Kanye? Kanye's black. We don't listen to him anymore. But yet when these tickets dropped, everyone, oh my God, Sunday service, I got to go see Kanye. So is Kanye really Can't. But if they really say what they're about, it don't matter if they're free or not. They're not gonna mess with Kanye.
But you gotta keep in mind, if somebody say a ticket is free to go see a certain celebrity, they're gonna go regardless.
Okay, so if you get a free ticket to go have lunch with Donald Trump, you're gonna go do it?
No.
All right, then. That's my point. These people
That's a different subject.
Well, hold on. No. These people are mad at Kanye like everyone else is mad at Donald Trump. If you say you don't mess with somebody, you don't mess with them through and through. And they made it seem like it was just the end of the world if they listen to Kanye again, but here they are clamoring to go see Kanye again.
Kanye is not canceled in my book.
Not in my book.
He's not canceled. I'm
a fan of Kanye.
Yeah, he was.
Period.
He was never canceled in mine. But I'm talking about the other people who all of a sudden are just like, I see people all on my timeline. Oh my God, it's so crazy. Kanye got Sunday service. I can't wait to go there. But it's just like everyone was saying
he's canceled. Them the same people waiting for him to drop this next album.
Yeah.
So
I think people just like to be included. You know what I'm saying, and just be in the main group. You feel me? But I don't ever think Kanye was canceled. I mean, clearly he's still doing his thing. He's still successful. Still. You know, if he was canceled, no one would be showing up to these Sunday service shows. Like, no one would be buying Yeezys. No one would be giving him money and supporting him. So, I'm not really too worried about it. I'm sure he's not really worried about it either. You know, it's Kanye West. You know, people are going to get what he's putting out.
And they tried to cancel him back when he married Kim, but
did
they canceled him? They did not. So
that they did. All right, guys. So next thing we got, I did jump ahead of schedule. We are going to do the artist highlight. Now today, the artist highlight is neither Pierce nor myself taking care of it. Vontrell's can take care of it, young man. So please take the wheel.
So he sprung this on me last minute. No, I'm playing.
Yeah. Stop lying.
I'm playing. Yeah. But today we are highlighting Jaden Smith. For those of y'all who don't know who that is, he is Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's son, and he made his first, I guess, splash into the entertainment business back in 2006. His first movie with his dad was The Pursuit of Happiness, and then if you want,
great movie.
Yeah,
it was a great movie. It was kind of sad, but it was a great movie. Good inspirational.
True story.
Vibe.
Will did his thing though.
He did, but this ain't about Will. This is about Jaden. So 11 years later, Jaden released his self-titled album 3, which is his middle name. I didn't know that until I went and looked it up last night.
I didn't know that too, right?
I didn't know that either. But the album was very definitely dope. And then he kind of took after his dad. I don't know if any of y'all ever, if any of y'all know a few Will Smith songs like Headsprung or whatever. Will Smith does not cuss in his message. Yeah, he sung Headsprung.
I thought that was LL Cool J song.
No, that was definitely Will Smith's song.
Yeah, Will Smith does. He doesn't cuss.
No, Will Smith does not cuss, but that was Will Smith's song. Will Smith got a few bangers.
He does. Oh no,
Will
Summertime.
Smith hard, bro.
Yeah.
All that. He got bars.
I think he's a legend in the rap game.
Regardless
of what people want to talk about. I mean, he was the first rapper to win a Grammy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's like right there. It's like that's pretty big. Regardless, obviously he's not on some like gangster rap stuff.
No,
that's just not him.
He's just
you feel me?
a
Like,
good time.
yeah. And I have a great time listening to his music. You know?
Correct.
I like the segue.
Correct. We're back to Jaden.
But yeah, back to Jaden. So, and actually, just a few other things about him. He owns his own water company. He's been putting water in Flint, which most people have not been doing. He has been doing it. And yesterday, as a matter of fact, he just released the second filtration box. So that's going pretty good. And he's also releasing more music and then so on and so forth. So my man right here is going to play y'all a few songs off of his debut.
But before we do that, you brought up a good point earlier before we started about how sometimes artists who already have access or have that platform because they already know somebody or their parent in this case is already in the industry.
Yeah. I mean, and obviously, no disrespect to any children of celebrities that are now,
but y'all are privileged.
Yeah, a little bit. And
they
like
access.
obviously, the
privileged.
talent is there, and Jaden Smith is doing great things, and music wise, and just in the community with the water and everything. So, absolutely zero hate to him. I was just saying that I kind of hold artists that have really came from just regular lifestyles, or even like really came from nothing and got to they were a little bit higher than artists that were born to celebrities that were already in the industry, already famous, already legends, then had access to the greatest producers, the greatest songwriters, the greatest this, the greatest that, just like, well, of course you're gonna be making good music. Like, you have all that to your, at your disposal.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of artists didn't have that. Like, I know we're gonna talk about Travis Scott later, but I mean, he was in his room making music. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have all that. He was just kind of working by himself, and he's huge now.
But if Stormy grows up and she wants to be a rapper,
she's right
she
there.
She gonna have to connect.
She gonna have the connections, yeah, and she's probably gonna be dope. Like, she's probably she's gonna be dope. And like I said, not knocking her or them whatsoever. Like, the talent is there, it's clear. But I mean, like, you definitely had help. True. You feel me? You definitely had help.
I view it a little differently. I kind of feel the same way, but like when it comes to like how you said you hold the ones who started like from the bottom up to a certain standard higher than the ones who's been privileged. I'm iffy with that because if they don't have talent and people is just forcing these people in our faces and they is everywhere, that's a different. And that's what I find is distasteful. But if they do have the talent, I think they're in the same level. It's all about the talent and what they're doing and what they're talking about.
I hear you. I mean, they may not have been the best choice words that I'm holding into a better standard.
You're completely right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I just hold them differently than you.
I hear you. I hear you.
For sure. All right, guys. Right now we got Falcon featuring Rory off a series Jade Smith's second to last album, not the most recent one. Second to last album.
It's all the same thing because the second album is just a deluxe version of this one.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a little let down, but not really. All right, guys. Falcon by Jade Smith. We'll be back. Yep. All right, guys. Welcome back to 101.5 WOCB. You're in ISD here with Devonn.
I'm Pierce.
Vontrell. I'm sorry. I was still putting on my headphones.
No. It's all good. I did that on purpose to mess with you guys. Wow. All right. Next thing we got up. So it's very, very, very interesting. A lot of things have been dropping lately, but since we're on the topic of Nicki Minaj, we played her earlier. If you guys paid attention earlier this week, sometime late last week, she announced that she was going to be retiring from rap. Ooh. And since we have our in-house local Nicki Minaj specialist,
I am not none of that.
Or what are you doing?
I just rock with Nicki. It's just that.
You're a lover. You rock with her. What?
That's it.
You sound like a specialist to me.
No, I'm not a specialist. I'm not a specialist.
You very.
I'm not. All right,
bro.
Yeah.
All right, bro. All right. So,
but yeah, she is retiring, and like me and Pierce was talking about earlier, is she really retiring though?
No,
because Jay-Z retired, and we got like 6-7 albums out of him after retirement. So I think it's more of a marketing thing, and I do think she is taking time to have a family and get married or whatnot, which is dope. I'm not knocking that. I mean, Nicki about to be 40 in a few years, so dang. Yeah, time flies.
I know, right?
Time flies. Yeah. So I feel like it's definitely needed, and I do feel like when she released her retirement album, it's gonna be fire.
Pierce?
Yeah, I mean, this has been happening in hip hop for the longest time. Like everybody retires and then they come back a year or two later with the album. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get why she wants to retire and start a family, which is completely respectable. I don't think anybody's mad at her for that. And if you are, then it's like you need to chill out. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm sure she'll be back. Once she has the family and the child, gets a little bit older, she'll probably come back with she's gonna keep making music. She's not just gonna stop knocking in the studio. I'm sure she's gonna stay in the studio.
Because what is really retirement? Just like not making no more albums, not
like
doing features.
It's not like it's a sport. It's not like it's a sport where you physically can't anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure she'll be back. Maybe she just wants to take a little break. Maybe she just, we were talking about this earlier. Some artists probably just lose like their passion for it. I
think her passion is still there. I just think with like all the new up and artists coming up, everybody is bragging on Nicki. Like it was a lot of hate train with all the newer artists coming on. And
some of that she created herself though.
You right. Some of it she did create herself. I'm an equal opportunist. Some of it she did create herself because every time she got on Queen Radio, she was always talking about somebody.
It's really really annoying.
I know if everybody jumped on a hate train for me, I would want to retire too, just to show y'all like.
No, you got to come that much harder, bro. You can't retire.
In my opinion, she did come that much harder. When all that hate was going on, and she dropped her albums and her singles, she was giving me bar for bar. I can't speak for everybody else, but she was definitely giving me bar for bar.
I mean, I know the Nicki fans were going nuts on every social media. I know they're out there, and she's always got fans. Like I mean, people are saying she can't rap. It's like, come on, like
it's a lie.
That's a lie. Like, you can go back. I mean, you don't have to be the biggest fan of her, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I got all her albums.
You don't, but you gotta respect her pen.
'Cause that monster verse,
100%. Yeah, that monster verse. That's the best verse on that song. I mean, I think everyone can agree with that. So I don't know. I just think it was the whole Travis Scott thing, and then it was that whole battle. Yeah, we can talk.
Go ahead, do it. Say it. I want you to.
You want me to say what? Because Travis Scott album was #1 because of Kylie Jenner.
I really don't think so.
That's factual. You gotta keep in mind he's messing with a Kardashian.
I don't agree with that at all. I do not agree. I see why you're saying that. If she never would have tweeted that, what would have happened? I do not. It would have been #1.
Okay.
Do you know how many people were waiting?
I'm not disputing his
music. Do you know how many people were waiting? Because that was such a built-up album. That was such a built-up album.
We still hear Sicko Mode on air. We still hear Sicko Mode. And it's like a year later it came out.
I don't even listen to that. I haven't listened to Sicko Mode since the Super Bowl.
Oh, he
because I was on the radio like that. But I mean, what's up? He did. Yeah, bro. How crazy was that they fooled us with the whole SpongeBob thing and then they gonna play Sicko Mode? Like,
I know that was weird.
It was like because they tried to make a play on social media like it was me.
Like I know they wanted to do that. Social media was pushing for that. They should have just had the song play through. Like that would have been so much bigger than Sicko Mode.
He could have ran the whole thing instead of Maroon 5. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean that's why Jay-Z wasn't even trying to have him perform in the first place because he was like,
what's wrong with Maroon 5 though?
Nothing wrong with Maroon 5. But Jay-Z was just saying that you're gonna be playing second fiddle to Maroon 5.
Yeah.
And he felt that he should have his
Missy
own.
did it to Katy Perry.
Yeah,
she played second fiddle to Katy Perry.
Arguably, I think Travis Scott would have been a better performer. You know, his live performances are just better. I know from experience. I've been to one. It was nuts.
I saw the documentary. We'll get on Travis later.
Yeah, we'll get on that later. But I mean, so it would have been amazing to see.
I wanted to finish up our points on Nicki real quick.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to Nicki.
Okay, what's the point?
So did you finish your point on Nicki?
I want to know y'all points before I.
Did you finish your point on Nicki?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Pretty much, I think that, like I said, some of the hate that she created herself. My personal opinion, if some people are coming at me, telling me a hate train for me, I'm not gonna retire. I think there's like whoever you are as a person, you know, that's gonna determine your reaction to a certain situation. Me personally, if everybody's hating on me, all of a sudden I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna wash everybody. So if I'm Nicki's situation. If I got beef with such and such, or people creating fake beefs, or certain podcasters or whatever disrespect me, whatever situation was, I'm gonna come back on my pen and I'm washing everybody. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here.
Done that. Like I feel like her pen is not even what's being argued. It's just her attitude that's being argued.
And but she put that on herself.
Not necessarily. It's a 50-50. I feel like it's a 50-50 thing. They already threw the narrative out there. She just continued it. So had she never continued the narrative, then it'd be a whole different conversation.
Which is again saying she kind of did it to herself.
Yeah.
She's not retiring because of the hate though. She's not. Her family, so that's not the reason she's retiring. I'm just saying, from if I was getting a lot of hate for whatever reason and I was an artist, I would just my next project I would make sure that I would just shut all the haters up because it would have to be undeniably dope,
bulletproof.
You feel me? So like,
but I feel like y'all saying that because like her, like when y'all say I would release another project and make everything dope on that. Nobody is arguing her pen.
I'm not saying.
I know that's not what you're saying, but I'm saying like even if she did do that, what is that gonna do?
Sometimes
I don't know. I mean, I guess you're gonna hate, but you know.
Sometimes when people like, it's just you think of it like this. Like, say someone's talking crazy. Say you do something you do well. Someone's talking crazy about you. You're gonna come back. You're gonna do it better. Like a basketball player, for example. Say like he's in the NBA. He knows he can play. But if you get on the other court, a guy starts talking crazy to you. We know you already average 15, but now you're gonna go for 30 tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Too emotional.
Type thing, huh?
I said people just too emotional. At the end of the day, I feel like that's what it was. She just got too much in her feelings when it comes to that whole hatred.
I think so because the whole Travis Scott Nicki thing, she created that. She's the first one that said that.
She didn't create that. She didn't create that. She didn't.
To my recollection, she was the first one to say anything about Astroworld selling out more than Astroworld not even being that good. And this is this. She was the first person to say that.
Wasn't good. What she said was specifically if she did a bundle package and tweeted it out that she and a baby was gonna be there, her album would have did just as good as well. And nobody is not. I mean, Queen still went platinum, so it really it's irrelevant. So,
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. I think 1 and 2 is like
really good.
The second best album
in the world,
or you know, it's like
right. So she had the second spot. So I wouldn't like I said if I was her I wouldn't have been arguing that.
Yeah, I think like you said she was really in her test at the time, and she if she was just played it cool and because I'm sure she knows she's dope. You know, she should have just been like, all right, I know they're gonna talk. I know what I can do. I'm not tripping. I know my fans are gonna support me. I'm still gonna go platinum. Like she just got really bothered by it for some reason. I don't know. But I'm sure she'll come back after the whole family situation's figured out and stuff like that. She's gonna come back and doing the same thing she's been doing.
Yep.
And plus, on top of that, a lot of these rappers outside of the Rhapsodies and Tierra Racks, a lot of them you do hear Nicki in them.
Well, yes. I mean, no doubt she influenced the newer generation.
Facts.
I mean, she was the biggest female rapper for the past 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
It's been 10 years?
It's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Nicki
I know it's been a while, but 10
years. It's been a minute, bro.
God.
So, I mean, this is kind of undeniable. Like, who else are you going to be influenced by? Like, she was the biggest. You feel me? So, of course, you're going to hear that in them. Hear her in them.
Yeah.
You feel me? But, yeah, I mean, hopefully they kind of have their own style to it a little bit, and they do. They do. But you can't deny that Nicki didn't have a huge influence, especially when it comes to female rappers in the industry today.
Facts. I think it's her being mentally exhausted because, being in industry, having a job like that is completely stressful too. But I also think it'll help her because it's just like, we look at some of our artists, some of our favorite artists, Kendrick Lamar, for example. They'll drop an album and then disappear. We won't hear from them for such a long time.
Beyonce do that.
I love it.
I'd rather that than single.
Beyonce does it. Kendrick
Beyonce
does
don't do
it.
singles anyway.
She does it. But I mean, you look at Kendrick, Beyonce, Hove, Cole, like they all disappear for a long time. They come back.
Not so much Cole anymore. Cole's been He's been tearing up recently. But I feel like that's because
he did every feature on the map.
Yeah, because I feel like he's been talking about in his songs where he felt like I'm just trying to let the music speak for itself. But clearly, you guys aren't hearing this, and I'm about to come back and tear everything up.
Which he did.
And that's what you feel Nicki should do.
Exactly.
That's what I think she should do. Exactly. She instead of complaining and crying on Twitter or whatever the case is, she should just come back and be like, all right,
because Cole,
tell me I'm not dope. You feel me? Like you can't tell me that.
Because Cole killed every feature in 2018.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
I know. I'm gonna say you. I'm just using it as an example.
Yeah, he did.
Facts.
He did.
We know. All right, guys. We good? We can move on from Nicki?
We can move on from Nicki.
Yeah, we could definitely move on.
If I'm happy, she's happy. She's happy, I'm happy.
Shut up. That's why I say you're specialist.
Right.
That's why I say you're
You're not a
specialist.
specialist. You over here.
I know, right?
I'm just a lover.
All right, bro. Whatever. All right. Travis Scott's documentary. Did you guys watch it?
No.
Yeah, I got most of the way through.
I finished the whole thing. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Super interesting.
I tried to watch it last night, but I fell right asleep.
Yeah, I watched it just at the wrong time.
It's definitely.
It definitely watched. Not that I didn't already appreciate Travis Scott, because I'm definitely a big fan of Travis Scott. But it definitely gave me a little bit more deeper appreciation for just the work he puts in and the process and just how connected he is with his fans and how strongly his fans feel about him and his performances. Because, man, I mean, just seeing the testimonies of his fans on the documentary. I mean, they were really talking like they saw God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Like that's really how they were talking. But I understand it when you're just, and like I said, I've been when Birds and the Trap Sing McKnight, when that came out, I was
it's a great name for an album too.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's dope.
But I went to that tour. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And that was nuts.
Was it the rave?
Yeah, it was at the rave.
Last time we'll ever be at the rave.
It might be one of the most lit concerts I've ever been to. I like the rave, honestly.
I like it too.
I think it's cold. But, I mean, it's a nice atmosphere. It's not a huge stadium, but
it's like an intimate.
Yeah, exactly. I like concerts like that more than like going to stadiums and stuff. Because if I gotta sit up, in the nosebleeds, like, am I really even like experiencing the concert? Like, I'm watching it on the big screen.
I've been to two concerts. The one at the rave, and then I went to Soldier Field last year. Mm-hmm. I was right on the fucking field.
Yeah,
I was right on the field. I'm so sorry. My bad.
It's all good.
But it was. I definitely agree with you there. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, and
then I went by myself.
So. Oh, that's crazy, And if you when you do watch the Travis Scott documentary, they'll have shots of his concerts in stadiums, and everybody is lit, yo.
It's like literally one huge mosh pit. Yeah, all his concert looks like festivals.
Yeah, because I'm sure you've seen concert videos of like the front rows are like super lit, but then the back is just kind of like standing there. But no, everybody is going crazy.
Yeah, people getting hurt. Yeah, you had guys just going. It was crazy. But the one thing, some people are complaining about it. I can semi-understand this, that they feel like they didn't learn anything new about Travis, and I kind of feel that way too. The only thing I really learned new about Travis that I didn't know was just the fact, like, I saw his grandmother,
I was gonna say his birth on the.
Exactly. Yeah. I saw his grandmother, some little like photos of him in the beginning, and like little clips from when he was a child. That was really about it. I really feel like I didn't learn anything new about Travis in this documentary besides that, like, smaller stuff, like the house he grew up in and stuff like that. All this other stuff I kind of knew or feel like was really documentary material.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wasn't really going into the documentary with like, I want to learn something new.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all watched it, you didn't get through it, but do y'all feel like it was necessary?
I don't. Not necessarily like I needed it, but again,
I'm
like
not saying that you needed it, but I'm saying he clearly had a message in the documentary.
Do I think?
So do you think did you get his message basically?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I did, and I just don't know what he was trying to portray. You feel me? But at the same time, I just really enjoy kind of being able to see behind the scenes of just tours and just seeing artists, especially artists that I really deeply respect.
Yeah.
Like just kind of seeing their process and just how they get, give us what we love to listen to, because like it was cool seeing all the songs that we bump on a daily in the process in that documentary. It was like, oh man, like that's crazy, like how he went through that, and just seeing the behind the scenes of just tour life, like I'd love to see that with plenty of artists. It was just kind of nice to see the behind the scenes, of a Travis Scott that we don't really see every single day. You feel me?
Yeah, I really want to say no. I mean, but then again, like I said, I saw a Shouted House and stuff like that. So I guess technically I did learn something new, but
So technically, you were going to learn something. That's why you were.
I was trying. Yeah, 100%.
You were just watching it to be watching.
I was just watching it because I mean, I've been meaning to watch it anyway, and I heard a lot of good things about it. But I didn't learn anything new. But again, I guess you can kind of see where he came from and how he kind of had that spark and that talent from the get go. You know what I'm saying? They had clips of him as a kid, rapping, and I'm like, yo, like
that's dope.
He's at that age, he can do that, better than I could ever do. At my age right now. So it's just crazy to kind of see how he always had that talent, and it's just nice to see that he really channeled it and went for it and took off, So I guess, you could kind of learn that, and possibly, just give people watching it a little bit of inspiration that you can come from nothing and still make it big and still have a huge influence. Because he wasn't, born, and had, into riches and had all these opportunities. He was in his room making music, sharing a one bedroom with his brother. You feel me? So it wasn't like he had space to do his stuff. Like he had to work with what he had. Yeah. And he's arguably one of the biggest artists on the planet. I feel like you can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I did learn something in a way.
So in a way.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, man. I mean, just from a look standpoint, it looked really good. The graphics and everything.
I'm into his music. I'm not into Travis Scott. If that makes sense.
Why?
Watch the documentary.
Why? Yeah. Why are you like you're into his music but not him personally?
It's just one of those things where like he makes good music. I just don't care to know the person behind the music.
Why though?
Yeah.
He just doesn't interest me. I don't know.
I guess
he doesn't interest me. Why are you not into Nicki?
I don't listen to music like that to begin with though. So like maybe that I don't know. But no, I get what you're saying though. Like not necessarily. Like, I listen to people that I don't necessarily want to. I don't care what they're doing outside of music. Like I just like what they're making.
Tracks are good.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I'll go and watch on some board stuff, but other than that,
you're probably gonna be at home like on Netflix. Oh, Travis Scott documentary. All right, whatever.
No. Right. I did see his premiere photos though. I liked his outfit.
Dude can dress. Yeah. Dude can dress, man.
Crazy.
I will say his dressing has gotten a lot better.
The jewelry game is crazy too.
I mean, when you got money like that, you can afford these crazy clothes. I'm sure anybody can drill. No, that's not true because you can have
not everyone has
the most expensive clothes in the world and still look trash. I mean, there's plenty of rappers that think they're fly, but they're the farthest thing from it.
Facts.
We heard one earlier today.
Facts. All right, guys, we got Icon by J.D. Smith, and after that, we'll be right back. Thank you. That was a perfect ending to come back into it. How you guys doing? Welcome to 101.5 WOCB. Welcome back to ISD here with Devonn.
And Pierce.
Vontrell.
My boy, how you feeling?
I feel good. I feel great.
I was talking to Rio, so I'm live one talking to you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
right. Wow. You shouldn't be on live.
Set you up.
Yeah, man. I definitely set you up. I knew that was going to happen. All right, guys. Next thing we got up. Now, in terms of comebacks in music. Now, the thing is with pop culture and music, it's pretty much run by fans and opinions. And unfortunately, everyone gets an opinion they don't deserve an opinion. So with that being said, we look at these things. It's really hard for artists to make a comeback in music. Say they say something that we don't like, or they drop an album we don't like, all of a sudden they're done. Next, everything they can do after that could be crazy, but they could drop one bad project and they're done. We look at comebacks in music. How do we feel about Bryson Tiller coming back?
What did he drop recently?
So he dropped a single about a few weeks ago. I personally like the single. But the reason why he fell off is just because, there was Trap Soul. And then the next album, True to Self.
Yeah.
True to Self didn't do that well.
It didn't.
It did not. But I like True to Self, though.
I didn't think it sounded that bad. It wasn't garbage. I just think it's the Trap Soul hype. And then on top of that, it sounds just like Trap Soul in a sense. Because he has such a unique sound. I feel like...
So it's Trap Soul Part 2, basically.
In my eyes, yes. Yeah. And I feel like it sucks because he's been boxed in to this corner because his sound is so unique. You know what I'm saying?
What corner would you consider it at, though?
His corner. I feel like his sound. He can only do his kind of sound because his sound is so unique. I don't know any other way to hear Bryson Tiller.
I give you that.
I think I see what you're saying about the two albums, how they do sound similar. But I think a lot of artists kind of box themselves into their own corner. It's not us. Because we're only hearing what they're putting out. So if they put out 3-4 albums that all sound the same, that's what I'm expecting from you. Right. You feel me? You look at Kendrick. I mean, he dropped Good Kid, Mad City. Then he had The Pimp a Butterfly. Completely different sounding albums.
And Damn is really different.
So if he were to drop albums that sounded just like Good Kid, Mad City, then that's what I'm expecting from Kendrick. Because he didn't do that and he went outside of the box and probably went against what some people were advising him to do. Now he's, you know, just a creative genius, you know, and we're just like, we're on the edge of our seats like, man, what is he about to drop next, you know? Or you could look at, you know, Kanye, all of his albums, different sounding albums, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I know everyone's like waiting on the edge of their seat like, man, when's Yandhi gonna come out? When's this gonna come out? When's that gonna come out? You feel me? So like, if it's these artists that kind of do it to themselves, and granted, there's plenty of, you know, behind the scenes stuff going on. If you sign to a label, they probably want certain sounds coming from you, so your hands are kind of tied at that point. You feel me? So you may need to make those types of sounding albums, but at the end of the day, I think that, you know, he kind of did it to himself, not switching up his style a little bit. And I'm not saying that he won't do that later on. He might, but, you know, people might not want that because
honestly, he should have did what Solange did. So you know how Solange dropped that that album that was For Us by Us, that whole Black people movement thing, and then she took it completely left by showing people what she actually wanted to sound like and what she do. So had he did that, I feel like it would have been a different response to True to Self.
Very true.
So it's just all about how you market it, and then on top of that, I feel like since they're artists and they listen to the stuff, you should be able to hear when something sounds the same. Yeah. Regardless if it's you or anyone else, you hear it. So I just feel like he just needed to focus more on his ear more so.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. And also I think we got to take into account that a lot of these artists' first album that they drop, they've been working on that for years. That is true. You know, and then the second album, they may only have 6 months, a year to work on it. So it's a lot more rushed. You know, granted, they probably have a lot more at their disposal, you know, whether it's engineers, producers, you know, whatever, writers. So that might help them out a little bit. But when you compare an album that took 5 years to make to an album that took 6, 7, 8 months to make, it's like, okay, obviously the second one's gonna probably lack a little bit.
They don't compare, honestly,
at all. I mean, that's plenty of artists, not even just hip hop, but there's plenty of artists out there that, you know, didn't drop amazing second albums. It's like, well, they didn't have as much time. They probably pushed to have certain sounds, you know. So there's so much that goes into it. But and you can see an artist is kind of freed and able to do what they want to do, then
it's completely different.
100%, 100%,
completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that when not to bring her up, but you know I love her. When Beyonce dropped her self-titled out of nowhere, it was completely different from what she was doing, and then on top of that, it really wasn't commercial. And I feel like a lot of artists, they're trying to be on the radio and be a commercial, and I feel like that's where a lot of them bomb. You shouldn't be trying to do it if you're not having fun doing the track, then it's most likely not going to be a dope track.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Another artist we have taking a comeback is Big Sean. He's definitely trying to make a comeback.
I love Big Sean, and I feel like every time when he come out, regardless of what he's talking about, he's gonna do well.
I don't think he's making a comeback. I feel like I don't really see him like dropping off. You feel me? Like I feel like he's kind of always just been there.
He just took a very long break.
Yeah, I mean, but
it's been 4 years since the last album?
Yeah, I don't know.
But like it wasn't like.
It's been a while.
I feel like he's still popping. You know, like
me too.
I feel like he's one of those rappers like level wise right now where it's like when he drops something, people are gonna listen to it. Like granted, some people may say he's corny. I don't think he is. I mean, he's still a dope rapper.
I never thought he was.
You feel me? Like I mean, he's gonna rap circles around
a lot of people.
Like 95%, 99% of the rappers out there right now. So I mean, like I don't think it's more so a comeback. He probably just took some time just to work on himself, work on the album, whatever the case is. You know, and from the singles he has dropped, like I like them.
Go crazy.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. So yeah, so like I said, and we were talking about this earlier today. I'd rather an artist wait, you know, a year or two to drop an album than just push out album after album after album, because it's like, yo, like work on your craft. You feel me? Like work on it and make sure it's a masterpiece. Don't just throw it out there because you want to make some quick cash. You feel me?
Right.
And you know, some people are in it for the money, so that's maybe what they're trying to do. And then there's other artists that are in there just because they love what they're doing. They want to actually make lasting pieces of art. You feel me? So
yeah. And I feel with Big Sean, regardless of what you drop, people is gonna listen. So
for sure, valid guys. All right, I didn't mean to cut you short, bro. But we got to start our next break, guys. We will be right back. Thank you.
And now we're back on.
All right, guys. Apologize for technical difficulties. Welcome back to 101.5 WOCB. You listen to ISD here with Devon
and Pierce.
Vontrell.
That was good.
I know. Thank you.
That was really good. Yeah. That was really good. What's next on our itinerary?
We got Hologram Tour.
Hologram Tour by Amy Winehouse.
You want me to jump it off?
Sure.
It never works. They tried this with Tupac. Did
they try a tour or just a show? I remember Tupac having a show, but Tupac a whole tour.
Tupac had a show.
A show, the hologram. I thought that was corny. Personally, me, I think that's
corny. Just
really
let these
corny.
People be dead. They tried it with Michael, it didn't work. They tried it with Whitney Houston, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Now they're finna do it with Amy Winehouse. Like, let it.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't really want to see a hologram perform. It's because it's not like you're seeing the real person perform. You're just watching it. So it's like kind of like
pointless. You watching a band with a hologram.
100%. So I mean, whoever's making money off of this is like, hey, bro, do your thing, because I'm sure some people are gonna be doing it. But personally, for me, I think it's just kind of lame.
And you're about to pay a live people money for to see a deceased person.
Yeah.
So it's just it's not worth it.
When it comes to Amy Winehouse, I do think that they should do some type of movie, because I feel like her life was interesting, and the way she passed and everything like that, it was all very interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who feels like that. So if they was to do like a movie and probably like a compilation album, then that's something different. But a whole tour,
that's just
like,
stupid. I mean, a movie that makes sense. A movie,
yeah,
you know, just to kind of commemorate her. But yeah, tours, especially a hologram tour, is like stupid. You know, like it's just like, I just don't see. I wouldn't want to go see that, but I do know people are gonna go see that
because
you know,
it's simply Amy Winehouse.
Exactly.
Correct. And if you guys have opinions on this, you guys can definitely call in. Our call-in number is 262-342-6588. Again, our number is 262-342-6588. Yes, that's going out to all 8 people listening to us right now.
Yeah.
Yes, including Vontrell's mom.
Hey,
yes,
Mom.
including my. Oh, I just sent my mom the link. Oh gosh. Or I'm gonna hear about that later. Or whomever's listening, whoever 8 of you are, please feel free to call in. Please
call us.
Please call in. But again, oh hey Val, I think that the hologram tour itself is definitely a bad idea. I personally wouldn't want to do holograms at all. Like I said, I don't want to pay all that kind of money to do just a hologram. That's dumb. And say like the power goes out, then I don't see the hologram anymore. How long is it really that show gonna be? Are you gonna use art from different performances? What performance are you gonna use? Especially if I already went to that concert. If you go to a concert, you remember everything that the artist did. Especially if it's your first concert. I remember when I saw Cole for the first time. I remember everything that man was wearing, how he came out sitting on the house, the mannerisms that he did. Like that was a crazy experience.
So what tour is that? The Four Eyes tour?
Forest Hills Drive. Forest 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
But didn't he have
your mic is getting cut off.
But wait, he had another album.
For Your Eyes Only.
There you go. That's what I was.
But it's called For Your Eyes Only Tour.
Okay, I was close.
4 Eyes. Me and you were 4 Eyes. We not going on tour. I can't believe you just said that.
It was. I had.
Bro,
it
watch
right.
out. Bro, watch out.
I had it right.
Watch out, bro. No, you didn't, bro. No, you didn't, bro. Watch out.
I was just talking about a different tour.
Bro, watch out. What tour? I never heard of the 4 Eyes tour.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Never heard of it, bro.
Y'all see how they trying to team up on me?
Bro, shut up, bro. You did it to yourself.
All right.
Please, somebody call in. Nah, but I mean, and if I'm going there and I see every single manners that he does, it might be like a nostalgic thing, but I wouldn't want to see that personally, no.
I'm telling you, when Beyonce died, I'm gonna lose my mind. But I'm not going to go see no hologram of her.
That's more really disrespectful. If anything,
it is. Yeah. It really is. Like even when they did the hologram of Prince at the Super Bowl, was I the only one who was uncomfortable?
They did
that? Yes, they did that. It was when Justin Timberlake performed.
Oh wow!
He did a Prince tribute.
Yeah,
and it was like a big hologram of him in the middle of the stage. It was weird. Like it's weird to see them because they're dead, and a lot of them have been dead for years now. And now y'all trying to make money off of them by sending them across the world.
I think it's just kind of selfish personally. It's just a big money grab, you know, like because they're not profiting off of it
at all.
Whoever is orchestrating this is profiting off of it, and so it's just kind of like, bro, just leave them, let them be, you know, like they did what they wanted to do. Now they're unfortunately, you know, past, but you don't want to bring them back. You know what I'm saying?
Valid. What's up next?
We got what do we got next? Dave Chappelle.
Ooh.
I was a big fan of the Dave Chappelle special. I thought it was hilarious. It was genius. He made one joke that made me mad uncomfortable though.
Which joke was it?
The joke that he made about Macaulay Culkin and if he was Michael Jackson. That was really weird, bro. It was funny. It was like
the whole time I was watching it, like I understand why people would be upset about it, but I mean,
that's the only thing I got mad at. I wasn't even really mad. I didn't even get mad. I was just like,
honestly, at the beginning of the special, though, I don't know if y'all caught it because it happened so quick. He was like, "Only the real ones is gonna find the special funny."
Quote. I thought it was hilarious. I
thought it was hilarious, honestly, bro. And like he said, like you clicked on my face. Like you don't gotta watch it, but if you watch the whole thing just to be offended by it, and then you're gonna tweet about it or whatever, like that's on you. Like you don't have to watch it. You can,
and then
watch something else. You know.
Imagine how that audience felt though, because it was times when he was saying jokes, and I'm like, "Oh, that's so awkward sitting there."
Plus, he was in Atlanta.
He was.
in like the heart of
He said
gay
that
culture.
gay man joke.
That was hilarious. I was
bro.
crying,
I was
bro.
dead.
He was in
I
like the
dead.
heart of like American gay culture, and he didn't care. He was letting it rip, bro.
He was, and he was like, a lot of them was there with their wives.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, no, because he's probably right.
He was definitely
I was
right. I'm
cracked.
like, oh my
The
god.
thing that makes a joke funny to me, a lot of things are funny to me because they're true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
And-
stuff he was saying was kind of true. I'm like, but I thought, but that again, if you know anything about Dave Chappelle, and if you watched the show back in the day, like
He's always been
he's
like this.
always been like that.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what to expect from him, and like I think that's what comedy's all about: is make you laugh at things that you probably wouldn't have necessarily laughed at to begin with. And if you're good at it, if you're a good comedian, then you have the ability to do that. You feel me? And I think if you're laughing at jokes made about other people and other cultures or whatever the case is, and then all of a sudden a joke's made about you or your culture and you get upset, that's not even fair. Like,
I
you
didn't
shouldn't.
get upset at none of the jokes he was told, because a lot of those jokes I felt like did pertain to my lifestyle choices. But other than that, I wasn't offended, especially when he told the alphabet joke with the LGBT.
That was
Yo,
genius. That
I
was
thought
genius,
that
bro.
was so
That was
funny.
really good the way he put it
So
together.
funny.
And on top of that, he had a very valid point. We are all different categories. A lot of people group it into one thing.
Correct.
Yeah, he was right on that. You know,
Yeah.
but I thought it was great.
It
I
was.
thought I really did. And I know Rotten Tomatoes, they had it as a 0% score, and then when they opened it to the public, it got like a 99%. You feel me? So you kind of got to question. It's like almost like what is why did all the media give it such negative reviews?
Because our generation is so sensitive,
Softies.
like, extremely sensitive. And if you think about it, a lot of those, I don't know if y'all saw a lot of those comedy specials when we were younger, but they was always raunchy and it was always talking about the craziest of things.
I don't know if y'all ever saw Eddie Murphy.
Raw.
Back in the
I never got.
God.
I've never seen
not
any.
make it in today's world.
If he
Like,
tried to do
my
that
God.
today, you think Dave Chappelle's special was crazy. He was just saying outlandish things, and it was hilarious. But I mean, back in the day, that was just normal. Like, it was cool to do that back in the day. Now, probably not. But I mean, I'd probably still laugh at it. I'm gonna be real with you. And I don't know. But like, that's the end of the day. It's comedy. It's comedy.
And
So you go there to laugh.
He made it because we're too sensitive as a generation now. So,
That was the whole point. He literally
that
said
was
that
the
when he
whole
did the impressions. He was like, I'm making fun of you guys, the cancel culture. Like you can't now as a celebrity, you can't. If 20 years ago, if I did something when I was like 15, when obviously no one was thinking, clearly, and everyone was just doing stupid stuff,
Right.
and then you're gonna cancel my career because of what I said then. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like
after all the success,
after all, and I think it's
That
so
made no
the
sense
cancel
to me.
culture is.
It's whack,
I think it's
man.
so dumb now. Obviously, like, if you do something now, then
Real
it's
quick.
like, yeah.
If you guys have an opinion on Dave Chappelle or cancel culture, you guys can call in.
Yeah.
At 262-342-6588. Again, please call.
Slow it down. Slow the number down.
Please call in at 262-342-6588 if you have opinions on the Dave Chappelle comedy special, cancel culture, or anything of the nature. Please.
I mean, he had a joke about that too with the whole Kevin Hart thing, And
yeah, because Kevin was supposed to host the Oscars, and they was like, "You gotta apologize."
and it's just like
the community or whatever.
I don't know. It was a joke. It's a joke.
And then on top of that, he's been apologized, even though he should have apologized because he went for like 6 weeks straight on every talk show in America apologizing.
Yeah, it got kind of
had
annoying.
you did this to begin with, you probably still could have hosted the Oscars.
Yep.
So cancel culture is annoying though. It's very much so annoying.
They're very
really
contradictory.
Yeah.
They don't really know what they want. They see one thing, they're like, "Oh
They
my
don't.
God, take it away."
And I feel like a lot of it is, our generation, the millennials.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Before we grew up, everybody was letting everything fly.
That's what I'm saying. Like
everybody was
I know
letting
for a
everything
fact,
fly,
I know people were just saying some outlandish stuff.
We used to
back
say
in
outlandish
middle
stuff.
school, high school, and even nowadays. So it's like, and how are you gonna sit here and cancel somebody and acting like you're an angel? Because I know you're not.
Right.
Nobody is. So you're gonna
Period.
get mad at a celebrity. When especially I'm sure their lives are just that much more difficult just because everything they're doing is nitpicked
It's in the public
society.
eye.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like they got to be perfect human beings, which they are not, and nobody is. So it's stupid to think that they're going to be. You feel me? Like, I don't know, man. I think it's just stupid. It doesn't make any sense. How are you going to cancel somebody like that when they contributed so much to whatever culture they're contributing to?
Correct.
You feel me?
And it's almost as if, they don't allow people to grow in society. Charlemagne made a good quote when XXXTentacion died. He said, "This society would not let Malcolm Little become Malcolm X." I think a lot of people forget in terms
100%,
of society and life is that growth is a part of it. You're supposed to do these dumb things and these bumps at the end. I mean, I'm not saying you're supposed to go do like some like crazy stuff, but
But everybody has a past. Everybody has a story.
Correct.
Yeah.
Dumb stuff's supposed to happen. I'd rather some dumb stuff happen to me when I'm maybe early 20s, late teens versus when I'm late 20s, early 30s trying to really build my life, have kids, have a family, and try to establish something. I'd rather get all this dumb stuff out of the way now for what is really low risk and have my life be ruined later on for it. You know, life is about growth. Life's about being different. I feel like, you know, with, like you guys said, phones and social media and cancel culture, everyone's trying to magnify everything, make sure everything is perfect and make everything. But the thing is, nobody's going to be perfect.
You know, sidebars, probably somebody waiting for you to get famous so they can pull up all your old
Probably, bro. Probably. Or old Facebook posts. Or especially
they waiting. They be waiting because they be so quick with it. And
that's what I'm saying, man. And it's probably somebody that I knew. Or probably somebody that we know because we all grew up in this area. Who's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Devonn, remember you stole my cookie at lunch. Because those snickerdoodle cookies at Beach Park were smacking.
Were they?
Yes.
I don't know.
And the square pizzas were smacking.
No,
it was not.
The sausage pizzas, man.
You know what? I can't even joke.
No.
I went to school in Kenosha for middle school. And like every Wednesday and Friday, we had like Domino's or Papa John's. So.
All right, I don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah, I ain't foreign exchange student.
Yeah. For real.
You know, but you know, cancel. I love Dave's special. I feel like comedy is kind of being used to kind of save the world in a sense.
Oh yeah,
comedy to save the world.
Comedy because you
I wouldn't say save the world,
but it's bringing us back to normal. It's like a reality gut check.
It's just making fun of how sensitive everybody is nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, and then Dave Chappelle's not the only person. You got Bill Burr, who I think is hilarious.
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, so you got these comedians that are just, and they're probably fed up too because their job is to be kind of shocking and make jokes about things that you probably wouldn't be laughing at if it were happening to you. But if you can laugh in dark situations, and that's just amazing. That's what comedians do. But when you don't let comedians do what they're supposed to be doing, it's like that's boring. Like have you ever tried to watch a PC comedian? No. It's just like
they don't exist.
That's what I'm saying. They don't exist. It's not funny.
Like a Christian comedian.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that you can't be fun. You can't be funny unless you're making fun of somebody or being offensive, because you can. There's plenty of people that do it, but I just would personally prefer watching a Dave Chappelle over someone who doesn't cuss, wants to make everyone happy. It's just like, period. Then you can't. It's I don't know. You're so limited in that.
Someone said the whole key to comedy is to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And he even said in the special, he was like, I make fun of people who I see a little bit of myself in. You know what I'm saying? So everyone he made fun of in that special, he saw something in them that he felt exactly. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like I just can't see how you can be offended by stuff like that. Like you don't take yourself so serious. You know what I'm saying? Like life is short, so you can't just be serious all the time. It's gonna be pretty boring.
I think people take offense to these things and they do those kind of things. They become so sensitive to it. Is because, Mom, the number.
You're really gonna call her.
Mom, the number is 262-342-6588.
Wow.
262-342-6588. Just so you're aware, Vontrell's mom, and that's gonna cost you a plate when I come over.
That's gonna cost you a plate.
Wow.
So what I was saying was essentially, God, now I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I don't know what you were saying.
What was I talking about? What were you talking about before?
I was talking about
how they talk about themselves.
Yeah,
correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were saying how people you don't see how the people get offended. I think they get offended. I can speak a little bit of personal experience. Is that they're not secure enough in themselves. So when they hear something that may reflect them, or they may hear about themselves a little bit, they're like, "Oh man, I'm so hurt. And I'm so offended because of that." Yes, I'm so hurt and I'm so offended because of that. But they're not secure enough for themselves to really just take them on the chin and realize not everything's about them in their world. Mm-hmm. They're just so concerned about their insecurities. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Most people aren't really secure with themselves. Like I feel like a lot of people nowadays, like they try to put on a persona just to kind of be a part of a group.
It's that social media flex.
Oh my God!
In real life,
I don't even want to talk about social media because we talk about social media like every single.
We do it.
I'm trying to stay away from that, but I mean,
we do.
Yeah, social media, it's great, but
it's a love hate.
It makes people do crazy things just for attention, man.
Mm-hmm. It is, and just really looking at it. And my point is that comedy saving the world. I think comedy does a lot of great things. It makes everybody relax a little bit. Like there's always a tense. Like it feels like life is just one big tense situation sometimes.
I mean, if you think about it, though, the last few years have been very dark.
They have been. Well, at the same time, though, we've always had darkness. It's just been magnified.
We're just able to see a lot of. I mean, back in the day, it's always been dark. Yeah. If you think about it, this is the best time to be living.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah. Would you want to be living in the 60s?
No.
Would you want to be living? Would you want to be living during World War I or World War II when we've been drafted, or Vietnam?
No.
Would you want to be living in the Middle Ages? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, would you want to be living during when slavery was like really popping? No, of course you wouldn't. You know, so you can.
Slavery
But
was
is it the best time? Though?
Yes.
Like, I feel like every time period has had a good time.
You don't think it's the best
What was
time
good
when
about
we could?
slavery,
I mean,
no, I'm not saying that.
Oh, my bad.
But I'm saying
you're
though,
not
I'm just saying, though.
Because they got freed.
Right.
All I'm
Facts,
saying is this
facts,
though, like you got to
facts,
think
facts,
about
facts.
just health wise. Like, granted, like our health care system isn't the best in the world, but we do have the ability to go to the hospital and get cured with whatever. We can get an education, even though sometimes it may just be a little like iffy on that. You feel me? Like we can go get food right now if we want to. We can go to McDonald's, Popeyes, do whatever. Back in the day, we weren't always allowed to do that. We weren't always able to drink from the same water fountains as other people.
I'm tired
you know
of
what I'm saying?
Popeyes,
So it's
but
like,
yeah.
Right. I'm not saying in that sense, but when you say like it's a better time to be alive right now, it's like it's bittersweet for me because certain things like dating is all online now. That's annoying. So other certain things is like a girl. She just passed away because her phone fell in a train and she got hit by the train. Nobody helped her, but they all recorded her. So it's all
I mean, I get you.
miss.
I get you. I mean, there's certain things like that, but I don't know. I just think in the overall
our freedom right now.
The overall aspect, I think this is the best time to live because I mean, what time would you rather be living in right now?
This one,
the 70s looked like they had a good time.
but bro, for black people though,
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it just wasn't. Then you got like you got to think about like 70s and 80s. You had like crack going on, the crack epidemic. So like that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? That was especially affecting black people. You feel me? So obviously you can sit here and say I would have never done that, but you never know because you weren't alive during that time when it was really flowing like that. You know what I'm saying? So like,
right.
And I think a lot of people always kind of fantasize, looking back in the old times, like man, it was so great back then. Why can't we be like that? And it's like. But you're only looking at the good things. You feel me?
Yeah, it's just certain things that I wish we still did.
I hear you 100%. Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of bogus when people are just recording people when they need help. Because that's happened to me before. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And obviously not to that extent, but I was at a party and I was just way too in it. Yeah, I was way too in it, and I needed some help. And
your
I
guys
had
let you be.
I had one person that was helping me. Everyone else had phones in my face.
Shout out to
Like,
James.
shouts out to James for sure, man. But I just needed some water, and no one was giving me that. And if someone just asked, like, "Yo, you good?" then I could have, I would have been good. But everyone was just recording me, and at my worst moment,
that's
feel
annoying.
me? It is very annoying. It's
and you
very
saw
annoying.
it everywhere after that. Did you not?
Yeah. So I mean, I get it, and I wish that wasn't what it was. But again, I think people, especially when it comes to social media, they want to present themselves as better than other people. You feel me? So they're gonna want to record people at their worst, so to make them look better. You feel me?
That's
So
true. That and people
I don't know, man.
live on social media today.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I be on my phone and I'm into technology and stuff like that, but at the same time, like it's nothing like having an A and B conversation.
Oh,
face to
for
face.
sure. You got to dial it back, man. I got I got all types of like screen timers on my phone, and like
Me too.
I got like an hour limit on Snapchat and Instagram because there's no reason why I need to be scrolling through Instagram 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. Like, what am I doing? I'm looking at the same pictures.
Especially if you're not posting anything.
Especially if you're not posting stuff. Like, you just don't need to see that. And I mean, I've gone on Instagram, and I guess it really depends on who you're following.
That's true.
But like, it's not always a fun time seeing these pictures of I'm over here and I'm doing this, I'm doing big things. It's like, man, why I'm at home still doing nothing. You feel me? Like, you get really down on yourself
we be the
sometimes.
same age too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times those people are lying or faking it just to make it seem like they're more further ahead in life than you are.
Boy,
so it's like,
preach.
so it's like, man, I don't know. You really can't take that stuff to heart. But even if, and I try not to, but it subconsciously just happens.
Yeah.
And that happens for everybody.
I think we all do that though.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely.
Most definitely, guys. So overall, though, the special was good to you guys?
Yes.
Oh, bro, I loved it.
Yeah.
I watched it 3 times.
I watched it once.
I'm probably gonna watch it again.
It
was
I'll
funny,
probably watch it
man.
again.
I tried to watch it again, but me and my friends got distracted.
It's
but I'm
funny,
definitely
man.
gonna watch it again.
I ain't finished actually. I watched it last night because you said we was gonna be talking about it today.
Hey, it's all good.
But I watched
it's
it.
all
though.
good. I sent out our notes the night before. I'm not
Yeah.
tripping at all, bro.
So it's I think it was good, and I hope he keeps making stuff like that and
Me
just kind
too.
of calling
I
everybody
miss
out
Dave
on their
Chappelle,
BS.
like-
That's what I'm
Dave-
saying.
The
100%.
Chappelle Show, Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
I feel like Keenan and Peele tried to do something similar to that, and they show was pretty good.
Key and Peele.
Yo, yeah, Key and Peele.
Key and Peele. What I say?
Keenan.
You
You said Keenan and Peele. It's
Key
all
and Peele's
good.
hilarious
sorry.
too, man. That's a funny show. Key and Peele,
was.
man.
It
That is
was.
super,
It was
super
funny. It was very. But
Yeah.
but I feel like they were unfortunately kind of in the Chappelle Show shadow. Some people kind of compared it to it, but I liked it. I like the Key and Peele show. I thought it was very solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what? Another thing about the Dave Chappelle special, I think what he was saying was a lot of it was true. I mean, when he was talking about when he was on the when he was working on the Chappelle show, and he kept getting calls from like I forgot what department he said, but just you couldn't say certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and one day he had a skit, and they were saying all the skits were great, but you can't say this word, which happened to be the F word. You know what I'm saying? Not
I could say it because I'm gay.
You could, yeah, I'm saying you could say it, but we
You
can't
go right
say it.
ahead. I
You feel me?
refuse.
And
You
he
can
was
say that on the air?
No.
no, you can't.
I
You
can
can't.
say, whoa.
Yeah,
God.
but like, you know, he was saying
I'm not-
like,
I'm not-
you know, how come I can say the N word all day long, but I can't say that? And then the lady said, well, because you're not gay. And he said, well, I'm not an N word either. And it's like,
Facts.
that's
Bars.
facts.
He got a
You know
standing
what I'm
ovation
saying?
for that, too.
Oh,
Bars.
yeah, I was clapping. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, like that's
period.
real.
That's a bar.
You feel me? And you know, he's just talking about, you know, like the double standards and the hypocrisies in society nowadays, and just how it's just so stupid. Everyone's so sensitive. Words are words. That's why it's called sticks and stones.
Mm-hmm.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Are you sure about that? Because a lot of people got upset with what
It
he was
was
saying.
hurt.
You know what I'm saying?
That
So
was
it's just
hurt.
like,
But like you
Butthurt.
said, the realest ones was gonna think that it was funny.
100%.
And we thought that it
100%.
was funny. So yeah.
So we real.
Period.
yeah.
For sure, guys. For sure. All right, guys. We did a lot of talk. We got a song for you. This is for one of my favorite groups. They're called Earth Gang. New album came out earlier this week. It's called Maryland. It's signed in Dreamville. Song we got up is called Bank. We will be right back. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Welcome back to ISD here on 101.5 WLCB. You're here with Devon.
And Pierce.
Vontrell.
Yeah. All right. You got to wait. You almost overlapped Pierce.
I didn't though.
You almost did.
I didn't.
Do you feel
wanna give me a
overlapped?
hard time.
Do you feel overlapped?
Somewhat.
By Devon or me?
I mean, just give me like a second space.
I'll give you 3.
All right. That's
All right, guys. Next thing we got up real quickly. Everyone was, Popeye, Chick-fil-A. Popeye, Chick-fil-A was everywhere. I've never had the Popeye chicken sandwich. I've never had the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. I can't tell you which one is better. In my mind, I want to say the Popeyes one is better. But in all reality, this is a very big, fat distraction to keep us out.
To keep y'all focused on what's really going on in the world. But since you want to talk about it, why do you feel the Popeyes one is better if you never had either one?
Because I like Popeye's chicken, and
You don't like Chick-fil-A?
I like Chick-fil-A. I've never had any I've had their chicken strips and nuggets, but
Well, they spicy chicken deluxe, pepper jack cheese, bacon, no pickle.
Never had it. Fire?
It's fire.
Chick-fil-A is fire, man.
It is
Chick-fil-A's fire.
everything.
It's crazy, but I've never had the chicken sandwich. Because my recollection of Popeye sandwich is literally just a Popeye's piece of chicken on a sandwich bun with like spicy honey Dijon mustard, right? Yeah, in my mind, that sounds amazing.
I guess.
Yeah.
In my mind, like
Chick-fil-A is better though. They specialize in chicken.
facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
Popeyes does too.
Chick-fil-A
Popeyes literally
You're
chicken
right.
joint.
Popeyes do, but Popeyes is hit or miss. Like you can't tell
Yeah.
me every time you go to Popeyes.
Depends what Popeyes you go to.
I hear you. I hear
Every
you.
time I go to Chick-fil-A, regardless of how long it's been, even if I do it back to back, every time I go to Chick-fil-A, it hit.
You're right.
And they
Yeah.
get your food fast.
They
No
do.
matter how long
And they're
you're in
so
line for.
nice.
Yes.
Like the best customer service I've ever
Honestly,
had.
the food could be mid, but the way they treat you, bro,
Their
I would
food
go
is
there.
not
and lie.
mid, though.
I know. I say it could be. It's not.
They food is just as good as their customer service.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
Right.
But it's just based off the fact that y'all treat me so well, and y'all finna give me all this delicious food. Oh man, it's over.
I didn't get a chance to taste the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I haven't either one.
But
Unfortunately.
you haven't had either one. You should go to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's
know.
not out of chicken.
Is what?
Chick-fil-A's not out of chicken sandwiches.
They are not.
Yeah,
they
man.
are
How does that
not.
even happen, bro? Like, how do you run out of chicken for your chicken sandwich after you just promoted it and you
I-
run out?
And what's crazy is all Popeyes did was just put a status on Twitter or something like that, and then it just took on its own world.
Yep.
So it's really one of those things where it's word of mouth, and that's how in this situation we saw how powerful social media can be.
Definitely.
Because that was insane.
Definitely
Like,
is, guys. And wish we could mobilize for something more positive than just chicken.
I don't know
but
because
Right.
people was wrapped around buildings for this sandwich. Like
people were
Yeah,
fighting
it was-
and
it
showing
makes
up
no
naked,
sense.
and,
Man,
but y'all would do that for
robbing
the
people the
Amazon.
sandwich, like,
Yeah, but
man.
you guys hear about that dude that was signing people up to vote while people were waiting? in
Yeah,
line
he
for
caught
Popeyes?
flack, and
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe caught flack for that too.
For signing people up to vote.
She
Yes, she
made a
did.
quote about it that she should sign people up. As I wrap this up before we go into the break, she made a quote to say that, and everyone was giving her backlash, so she apologized. But she literally said we should sign people up to vote while they're waiting for these chicken
Yeah,
sandwiches.
I don't see how that's bad.
It wasn't
It's
bad at all.
not.
People
It's
just
true.
people just
People
ignorant.
just like being upset, man. I swear, people just want to be upset about something.
They just want to have a voice
all
about
the
something.
time.
For sure, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Welcome back to ISD here at 101.5 WOCB. You're here with Devon.
And Pierce.
Vontrell.
Last minute buzzer beater.
But did I give you enough time this time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You
Yeah.
did a good job.
I did 1 Beyonce, 2 Beyonce,
Rookie.
3 Beyonce.
3 Beyonce.
That was good. That was good. That was good. All right, guys. Next one we only got 30 minutes left. We're gonna wrap it up. So, one thing I want to touch on really quickly. These points are gonna be some quicker hitters for the most part. I don't feel the need to report on mass shootings anymore, and the reason why I don't is because one, I'm numb to them. I read about the other one that happened in Texas, West Texas, the other week, and I was You know, when the one happened in Orlando, or even Columbine, or even the church, or even Dylan Roof, I said, wow, that's crazy. And I was shocked by it. I'm not shocked by it anymore. Now I kind of feel like, oh, okay. And then I move on. I don't feel the need to report on them anymore because not only am I numb to it, it happens all the time. A bunch of other news outlets report on it too. But primarily in my heart, I don't feel the need to report on it primarily just because it happens a lot.
That nothing ever seems to get done behind it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So,
At all.
I don't know. I think it does a lot more bad than does good reporting on it because, I mean, it's already been talked about before by plenty of other people, plenty of experts, but you're giving these killers a platform, and, you know, you're almost making them celebrities for a quick moment. You feel me? And then people that kind of idolize that are going to want to copy that and just create more and more mass shootings or killings or whatever, you know, however they choose to do what they do, you know. But yeah, we shouldn't even look at it as anything. We shouldn't report on it. We should just arrest them, boom, sentence them, and be done with it. You know, don't give them a spotlight because that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah, I can see what you're saying where you're kind of numb to it because I am too. I'm not so much numb, but more so just kind of like fed up. It's like, again, another one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
being done.
Exactly. Like, and nothing's being done about it, which I just think is ridiculous. You know, I don't know. I mean, there's so many other countries that have stricter gun laws that haven't had these problems that we can kind of look to as an example, but for some reason we're just like, nope. You know, and I'm all for being able to protect yourself. And I'm not saying that guns should be banned because I don't think they should.
No,
you know, like you definitely could. But
I do feel like you should go through an arm and a leg to get one.
Oh yeah, for sure. You gotta make sure that the people who are getting them are, you know, legit, and they're not just gonna go crazy one day. And obviously, you can't always just tell when someone's gonna snap. You know, like there's plenty of reasons why people may do what they want to do. You know, but you know, at least make it a little bit harder on them to get it. You know, or limit how many they can have, or what types they can have, or you know. You got to show some proof that you're going to use it for this reason if you want to have this type of gun. You know what I'm saying? Pistols are one thing. Like, everyone people have those. But, you know, you don't need shotguns, rifles, this and that, unless you're using them for sport or hunting or whatever the case is. Then, you know, but you got to have proof that you're doing that, you know? And obviously, I'm not an expert on guns, so I don't want to sit here and sound like I am, you know? And hopefully some of that, you know, probably knows a bit more about it or knows more about the Second Amendment or whatever the case is can, you know, chime in. But, I mean, I just feel like it's kind of unnecessary to be able to have just 30, 40, 50 guns
for no reason,
thousands of rounds. Yeah, so I'm saying for no reason.
As to how many guns you're allowed to have.
Exactly.
So,
yep, completely agree on that one. So, all right, guys, moving on from that. Now, is there a line between obsession and for obsession over what you want and like losing just your sanity completely? Because one thing, I was listening to a podcast and they explained how a lot of some most successful people that we have that we look up to are people who like were borderline crazy about their obsessions. They were obsessed about what they want to do. Their examples were Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. How you look at them, just how hard they treated it, how they didn't care if they didn't have any friends. They was just, their life was basketball. Mm-hmm. Do you guys think in order to be successful or whatever it may be that you need to have that mindset?
I mean, not necessarily successful, because I mean, there's all types of levels of success, and success is, you know, different for every person. But if you want to be, you know, remembered as the great, one of the best, or, you know, industry changing, then you probably do have to have a little bit of, you know, craziness to you, because it takes crazy to do the things that no one else is going to do, to train that hard, to try the things that no one else is going to do, to take those risks. So yeah, 100%, you kind of have to be crazy, you know, just to get to that level of success that, you know, you're, you know, like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, you know, Bill Gates, you know, all those people, you know, that are really crazy, changing.
Also, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, you're good. You're good.
You got to be crazy, but you also got to be consistent. Consistency is very key in this whole entertainment thing, because, yeah, consistency. That's really
consistency is key. 100%.
So if you're consistently crazy, you're on the right path.
I think that that applies to a lot of different things in life too. I mean, you got to be consistent. You got to show up to work. Got to keep doing your job, no matter where you work at. But I also think that depends on what you want to do.
That's arguable.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna say too much. But yeah, definitely.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
It's okay.
Yeah.
we'll tell you more off air. But yeah,
actually, you could just say it now. So if you're pursuing something else and you have a job, it's okay to miss on that job.
No.
Oh, okay.
But what you're pursuing is your priority. I mean, if your job is your priority.
Yeah, if your job is your priority, that's something different. But if your job is helping you get to your priority, then you're gonna have to miss a few days from that job. Period.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Been there.
I've done that. I mean, I've called off, you know, the day of, like, yo, I got an audition, I can't come in. You know, they could be like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not coming in. You know, like, this is what I want to do. You know, this is what I want to do. I'm just here for money, but I want to do this, you know. So, like, I hear that 100%. Yeah, if your priority is something else and you have an opportunity to pursue that,
pursue it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because you will regret it if you don't. Just because I don't want to call off work. No, call off.
Nah, forget that.
Because they don't care about you. Trust me.
You not.
Trust me.
You are replaceable.
Yeah, you quit. They'll hire someone the next day. You know what I'm saying? You're not that
100%.
important to them. So don't treat it like, you need to be there because they don't care.
And just as quick as they are to get rid of you, you could easily find another job that's gonna put a little bread in your pocket.
Like that.
Just
it's nothing.
like
It's
that.
nothing. It's nothing
It's
at all.
super duper quick. So I think that sometimes when you're chasing something, you get caught up in that work. And we always talk about this too. Getting caught up in that like work cycle of just working a job, not chasing your career. It's easy to get lost in it. But all in all, I do think that you need a little bit level of like obsession and craziness.
Yeah.
A little bit to go above and beyond for whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
To achieve.
100%.
I think you do need a little bit of it.
That's been talked about for ages though.
I wouldn't really say obsession. I just think you need to be passionate.
It's a fine line though, because it all depends how you perceive it. Passionate and obsession could be a different. Because I'm passionate.
But you can be obsessed with this forever and you'll never make it.
I can be passionate about it forever. I can never make it.
But I'm saying I feel like passion goes a longer way than obsession.
Why you say that?
Because if you're passionate about something, that passion will never die. But if an obsession can come and go.
Valid.
So,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Passion is love, straight from the heart.
Yes. That's something you want to do. So yeah. Passion, people.
Good
passion and craziness.
Good job.
Yeah.
Sounds like a name of an album.
Passion
and
Craziness.
I'm finna drop it. I'm not a rapper, but I'm gonna drop it.
For sure. All right, guys. Next thing we got. Real quick, how do you think Team USA is doing?
I mean, they're doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a couple of injuries out there, which sucks. But I don't know. They would be a lot better if they had the players that they wanted in the first place. I see why players wouldn't want to play on the Team USA team just because, like, well, I don't want to get injured for the.
Because Jason Tatum is definitely hurt.
Yeah, but at the same time, but I've also seen old heads where they're talking about like this is a sense of pride. You're representing your country, and there's plenty of athletes that have said like being on this team and playing in this environment on the FIBA team and then on the Olympics has taken their game to another level. You feel me? So I mean, I don't know, like. They're all right. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, go crazy in the Olympics. You feel me? I'm going to be real with you because there's plenty of other teams that are going. I mean, Australia's going crazy. Serbia. There's plenty of other teams out there that have NBA talent. And the NBA players that are in the NBA from those countries are playing on those teams.
Yep.
Like I feel like it's only America where it's like, no, I'm not going to play. It's like, come on, bro. Like injuries happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens everywhere.
Let me ask you a question. So,
what is it?
So, all right.
I can't talk to y'all about sports.
I got you. No, it's all good. It's all good. You're a top NBA player. Okay. You got a season upcoming. Training camp starts October? Starts this month or next month?
Soon.
Right? Big season coming up. A lot of big moves change. You guys are primed for a playoff run. You're going to do great. You have an option to play for Team USA. But if you play Team USA, you're not going to get that much rest for when Team USA ends and for when the regular season starts. Obviously, injuries do happen, but the more you play, the more likely you are to get injured. If you are a player who's on a potential playoff team, you guys can go really far, possibly win a chip. Do you risk your body playing on Team USA?
I'm not playing on Team USA. I mean, it's a great opportunity, but because you got to think about it, at the end of the day, these are their careers. So if a team playing on a team on the USA for some of them is a one-time thing, but a championship thing is. Like however long you plan to be in a game, then that's something that you are working for. So I would rest.
You
wouldn't
I'd play.
Would you?
Yeah, I would play 100%. Because I mean, injuries happen, But I would want to represent my country. I think that'd be crazy to play in the Olympics and represent your country. For me, I think that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe, I'm definitely gonna butcher this, but he was saying, like your job is to stay healthy. Like your job is to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So like injuries happen, but if you're scared to get injured, then don't even play. What are you gonna do? Play half the season? Well, I don't want to get hurt. I'm just gonna play half the games. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna really play when playoffs come. Like no, like your job is to play basketball. We pay you millions of dollars to play basketball. And granted, we may not be paying you as much or anything really to play USA basketball, but that's a sense of pride. One, you're representing your country. Other teams NBA players are doing the same exact thing. They're playing in these games because that means that much to them. And you get a gold medal. Like you're gonna go down in history. Like people don't just forget that. Like your team's gonna be going down in history. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I would personally play. If I get injured, that sucks. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be stronger. Depending on what the injury is.
The wrong injury can just be done with your whole
That's
career.
True, but then medicine
risky.
has come a long way. ACL injuries and MCL injuries aren't career ending anymore. Like they're really nothing. Achilles injuries aren't nothing. I'm sure Katie's gonna come back and destroy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Paul George. Like, his leg snapped in half, and now he's going crazy. Like, you wouldn't have even known if you didn't know that happened. You would have never guessed he had an injury like that.
He's an MVP candidate.
You feel me? So, me personally, I'm playing, and I'm just gonna go right from playing in the Olympics or FIBA, going into training camp, already ready to play, and going into the season ready to play. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. I'm gonna take care of my body and everything like that, but if this is what I want to do, I'm gonna play as many games as I can for any teams I can. And you gotta think about it. You're playing on Team USA. You're getting coached by coaches you aren't playing for. Great coaches. You're playing with players you don't normally play with. So you can learn so many different things from these people that can elevate your game in the NBA that much more. You feel me? So I guess it really depends on how you look at it. You could look at it as an opportunity to better yourself as a player, or you can be like, well, I could get injured, so I'm just gonna not do it. I'm scared. It's like, come on, bro. Like, that's me though. That's me personally. That's like resting during the regular season. It's like,
but this isn't a regular season though.
I know, but I'm saying just if you're scared to get injured playing basketball, then why are you playing basketball?
But this is meaningless basketball to them.
I guess to them, it wouldn't be for me.
Right.
It wouldn't be for me.
Right.
It's not for my country. You know what I'm saying?
But what
like,
do they get from playing in the Olympics besides a good paycheck? And sponsors.
I don't know if they get paid. Well, you get sponsors. NBA, the basketball is one of the most popular sports on the planet. You're gonna get sponsors from that regardless. But I think more is just literally, okay, I got a gold medal. Okay, I got to compete overseas.
So it's just something for you to say you did.
Essentially,
I don't know, man. I guess I
don't know
but like
the
at the
details,
same time, like,
because there's no way they're paying them the same NBA money.
Yeah, but like I said, plenty of players have stated that playing in the Olympics and playing in these games have taken their game to that another level in the NBA. So I mean, it depends on how you look at it. You could look at it as a learning opportunity, or you can look at it as a potential injury opportunity. And if you look at it like that, then you're probably gonna get injured because you're playing scared. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to learn from the people you're playing with, the coaches you're playing with, learn new tactics, learn new moves, whatever the case is, then like you could really be a dog in the next NBA season. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just be at Lifetime Fitness running pickup games with the same people you've been running pickup games for the longest time now. You feel me? Like, I don't know. It just really depends on how you look at it. But I personally would want to play. I'd love to win a gold medal. I'd love to represent my country. Despite it may not, sometimes it may be rough, but at the end of the day, I'm from here. I want to represent it as best as I can. You feel me? And I want to make sure my game is as good as it can be. So I'm gonna take that opportunity and learn from those people.
I'll be completely honest with you guys. It would all depend on how good my team is.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I ain't doing it.
You're not gonna play Team USA at all?
No.
It'd be completely honest with you if I'm on like a Portland or a Clippers or a Lakers, and I know we got a chance for a deep playoff run, I'm probably gonna sit this one out. But if I'm on somebody like the Knicks or the Bulls, and we not really gonna do something this year, I might play. Because, in the chance I do get hurt, what are we really going to lose besides we already had a losing season?
But if you're thinking with that mentality, then that's where they go. What people fail to realize is your words are very powerful. So if you're saying that, oh, I'm going to get injured, or I'm going to do, you're going to do it.
That's what I was saying. Right? It's depending on how you're looking at this whole situation. Like, if you think like, well, there's a high chance I'm going to get hurt doing this, and I do it anyway, and I'm playing scared, and I'm not playing like I would normally play, and I'm hesitant, then you get hurt, and then you're like, see, I knew it. But if you just went in and you're like, I'm playing basketball, I'm doing, just with a positive mindset, then you'll probably be fine. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it really depends, but I don't know. I feel like the Olympics, the best of the best is gonna have to show out, and if I feel like I'm the best, I'm gonna show out. That's just personally me. That's me.
I feel like if I'm the best, I'm gonna show out too. But for me personally, I just got a different beef with America because I can't show out for something that's just been built on my back.
I hear you. But I hear what you're saying. But at the end of the day, like, this is your country. This is where you're from. This is where you're born. Right. This is your experiences. It's not perfect. No country's perfect. Let me tell you that right now. Plenty of countries have horrible histories of just horrible. You know what I'm saying? But if that was the case, then everyone would be mad about where they're from.
I'm not mad about where I'm from.
Not that you were mad. I get what you're saying, and that's just individual stuff, But like I said, me personally, I'd want to represent it for the people that got me to where I was, and I want to show them that, listen, like, I'm gonna do what I can for you guys, and I'm gonna, win this gold. That's just me though. And the same like I was saying earlier with the regular season, like, yeah, it's regular season, but if you're scared to get injured, then don't play against bad teams because your team's gonna win. Like, I'm just gonna sit this one out. It's like, bro, you're playing basketball. You get paid millions to play basketball. Your job is to keep your body healthy. Your job is to be able to play these 82 games. Like, don't take. Oh, I'm just gonna take a break for 30 of them just so I can come for playoff time. No. Everybody is tired in the playoffs. That's what makes you the team to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't rest your greatest players just so they can show out in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And get to the championship. Like, no, everyone's tired. That's what proves you're a champion, that you can play through that.
Right.
You feel me? So that's just me. That's just me, though. But I think it's crazy. People are just resting just to, like, no, bro, play basketball. This is your job.
To show out. Yeah.
You know, like, if like you're getting paid millions. You got everyone's watching you. People are paying to come see you in these games. You're going to sit because I'm
and
tired.
those stadium tickets are not cheap.
Not cheap at all, bro.
Yeah.
Not cheap at all. You know how many people would want to be in that position? And you sitting here saying, no, I'm gonna take a break. It's like, what? You're gonna take a break, bro? Really?
I hear you. So I think the way to defeat resting the players in the NBA season, because if I sit there and I paid $150 going on like $300, really any kind of ticket, and I took my time to drive out there, got time off work to go see Steph play, but Steph's not playing, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
But my way to counteract that is to shorten the NBA season.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. I don't know. Like, I mean, that's definitely an option. But either way, like, it's not.
Spent all the money the first time to get there.
What do you mean?
Like
shorten the NBA season? Shorten the NBA season.
I don't know what I thought you said.
I mean, yeah, you could shorten that. You could. That's definitely an option, and they may be looking at that. But I mean,
how long is the season?
82 games.
82 games,
and that's what 3
not
months?
including playoffs.
That's October to April regular season.
So it's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like,
with 1 week of All-Star break, and I think they get another week off too randomly.
So it's All-Star playoffs or just for them to celebrate?
All-Star's a weekend. Actually, All-Star's a weekend. Actually,
yeah, it's just.
I know
it's
my
just
mom went to
celebrate.
All-Star weekend once,
right?
So
it's just.
I wasn't sure if it was a playoff or a party.
Nope, it's just one part. It's a dunk contest, 3-point shootout, and it's a game, and that's it.
Oh, so it is a party.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean,
it's just.
There's no NBA
really
games played on that weekend, but
on.
it's not
a celebration for them.
Pretty much, yeah. And for the fans to see all the teams playing once, yeah.
I just think that like I said, that could be a solution, but for right now, that's not happening. You know, so you should be prepared to play these games. You know, but if you feel like you need to take time off and your body can't handle it, then maybe you shouldn't be taking as much money as you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not playing to your full potential. You're not playing all these 82 games. There's plenty of people who aren't making hundreds of millions of dollars who are playing every single game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it's just like, you know, crazy.
Slamming tables.
Because, I mean, there's plenty of, and it's not even just basketball. It's just all these athletes, you know, complaining about, you know, Ezekiel Elliott. Now, I don't know all the facts about that, but he was still in his rookie contract. He had 2 years left. But he wanted an extension for hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, bro, just play your 2 year. You got 2 years left on the rookie contract. Like, you're still your rookie contract. Like, rookies aren't coming in here making hundreds of millions of dollars. But despite how good you think you're playing or how good you think you are, first prove yourself. And not saying that he hasn't done that, but bro, a contract's a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, just play the sport, play the game. Like, there's so many people that would love to be in your position, and you're holding out when you're already making millions of dollars off the game. Not even talking about sponsorship deals.
Now,
you feel me?
The NFL is different though.
I mean,
that
that's
money,
a lot rougher game, and that's not guaranteed.
Exactly. That money's not guaranteed. So I'm not AB. I'm not talking about that. That's wild.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott, a little bit kind of understand a holdout if you want the extension. Now to finish up the rookie contract, that makes sense. Now say they told him he's getting an extension, but they haven't given him yet. So now it's just like, hey, we're gonna do this for you. Hey, we're gonna do this for you. But yet here I am still busting my butt. You haven't done this for me. You keep telling me you're gonna do this for me. At what point in time are you going to do this? Am I going to wait till y'all decide to step up, or I can take control of the situation myself, knowing that I'm the actual one in charge?
Right. And that's what I was saying. I don't know what was discussed behind the scenes, so that could definitely be what happened. And he was like, well, now you said you were going to do this, now I'm going to wait. You know, that could be. And if that's the case, then I would have done the same thing. But if that wasn't, and he's just like, I want more money and I want more years, it's like, that's great, but you're still on your rookie contract. You still got to play this season, play these 2 seasons out, do what you do, and then we'll give you an extension. I'm sure he was going to get that extension regardless.
This is a great running back.
He's a great running back. He's probably one of the best in the league right now. No, definitely one of the best in the league right now.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Like, you're already making millions of dollars. How much more money do you want? You know, obviously you want money. Everyone wants money.
You're right.
But it's like, yo, like, you got these fans
that come with you when you die.
That's what I'm saying. These fans are paying, you know, money to come see you. A lot of them probably don't have as much money, you know, but they're spending as whatever they can to come see these games, support you, buy your jerseys, buy this, buy that.
And that stuff is not cheap.
Not cheap at all. And you're sitting here saying, I'm not going to play because I want more money. I'm not making enough millions. It's like, come on, bro. Like this is your job. This is what you do. You should be prepared to play these games. You should be prepared for what the injuries may happen. Like, but you can't just sit out because you're scared of an injury. If that's the point, if that's the case, then don't play high school ball, don't play college ball because you might get injured. Just try to become a pro when you're 21. You know what I'm saying? So you can avoid all the injuries, middle school, AAU, high school, college. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. But again, I'm not a professional athlete, so I could just be talking out my rear end on all of this. But like, that's just how I feel about the whole situation. Personally,
I'm gonna make a comment on watch sports. So
yeah,
for sure. All right, guys, we got our last song of the evening. "Proud of You" by Earth Gang again off the new album called Mirrorland. We'll be right back. Thank you so much. That was a perfect ending transition again, because Young Thug said, yeah, yeah. And here we are. Beautiful. All right, guys, welcome back to the last 3 minutes of this Monday's edition of IAC here on 101.5 WLCB out of Slade's Corner, Wisconsin, here with Devon.
And Pierce.
Vontrell.
Perfect.
That was good.
Perfect. All right, guys. Next thing we are going to touch on, and it'll be the last thing for the evening. We're just going to talking about sports. Naomi Osaka, as we said earlier, she showed her opponent some love. In terms of, bringing her in the post-game interview, she was emotional. What has sports done for you guys besides obviously make you physically better?
Honestly, I was forced to do a lot of the sports that I did in my life.
Okay.
But it did help with a lot of the anger until I cussed out the coach and walked off the field.
Valid. Happens.
I don't know. Sports help me, leadership, just constructive criticism, learning, thinking in situations, just a lot. You feel me? Like a lot goes into playing a sport, and dealing with other people, other teammates, coaches, telling you do this, and that. Like you got to take your ego back a little bit, and realize you're part of a team. Most of the time, sometimes it's individual sports, but like if you're playing basketball, soccer, football, really whatever, like you can't win that game. Unless you're like a generational, once in a lifetime talent, then maybe. Even but you gotta learn to play with a team, be a teammate, possibly be a leader, or possibly be a follower. Like, those things come in sports, and those things always come in life. You know what I'm saying? So that helped me a lot, just kind of preparing me for what's gonna come.
Sports and discipline come hand in hand. They teach you a lot of different things. Had I be able to do sports over again, I definitely would have went a little harder than what I did.
Oh yeah.
I definitely took my spot for granted when I was swimming. I definitely took that spot for granted. But I mean, in terms of that, in terms of, like I said, besides physical conditions, it taught me how to listen to authority. Taught me the importance of teamwork, communicating with others, and honestly, one thing it taught me was that being on a swim team, there's not a lot of African American swimmers. Yeah. So being like one of 3 black kids on my swim team, I learned a lot about different cultures too. Because I swam with white kids, I swam with Asian kids, Hispanic kids. I learned a lot just by talking to them, meeting their families. Yeah. So sports is like a great meeting hub for everybody. But with that being said, we got to wrap up. Pierce, where can people find you at?
You can find me everywhere. Just type in my name, Pierce Anderson. I will always pop up. There's not many of me.
Yep. If you want to find Pierce, that's where you find him at.
Yes. Yeah. If you want to find me.
Same thing not the same thing, but you can find me anywhere.
I guess
Vontrell Williams.
Yeah. So. Yes. If you guys want to find me, if you guys want to find our video guy, Kendall Williams, that's at WendallKilliams on all platforms.
All platforms.
If you guys want to find me, Facebook, Devonn Overstreet, Twitter, Devonn Overstreet, every platform, YouTube, and School Detention. And of course, if you guys want to, you can find us here every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. here on 101.5 WLCB. Thank you guys. You guys have a great week.
Peace.